Hello, my name is Jani. Welcome to my channel. This is a cross-stitch channel where I talk about projects and fabrics and flosses and materials and different topics related to cross-stitch. If this is your first time visiting, I am a Mexican stitcher and I love to share my love for cross-stitch and, trying to share my journey as a teacher. So glad that you are here. I hope you have a great time here in my channel. It will be, really nice if you consider to subscribe to my channel in order to catch my videos. And if you are already a friend, thank you very much for all your support, for the love that you send me. And yeah, this week I am recording this stitchy report. I didn't make a video for the last couple of weeks. I don't know if you have seen my videos. I have a family situation. My dearest nephew was unfortunately very sick, and he passed away a few weeks ago. So it was really difficult for our family, and it still is. But thank you so much for your love, for your comments, and for all the support that you are sending to my family and to me. So yeah, thank you very much. And again, as I mentioned, usually I'm so grateful to be part of this community and to enjoy your company, your love, your support, and trying to share the love for this wonderful hobby, this cross stitch, that help us not just to have a good time, but to find this relaxing time and this peace and this love through these little stitches. So yeah, I want to share a few of the things that I have been doing this couple of weeks. I have been stitching, not so much, but yeah, a little progress. It's a progress. I hand dye a few pieces of Aida, so I want to share with you my results. I can get this type of fabric, Aida, here in my city. So I love to me, if you know me, you know that I love to stitch with my pieces in a really colorful fabric, and I love to dye my fabric. I enjoy stitching on Aida and also in Lugana and in linen, but as we usually said, Aida, it's a wonderful fabric. It's not a lesser fabric or a type B fabric. It's as wonderful as linen or even whip. It's just a matter of preference. In my case, I can get Aida easily, but I love to stitch on Aida or on linen or on Lugana. And I think that the value that we add to our final piece is the fabric, are the flosses, but mostly is the work and the love that we put in our stitchy work. So yeah, let me show you some of the pieces. This is a very, I think that this is the most neutral fabric that I that I dye. I always have a hard time trying to edit my fabrics because I like to put more colors and more colors, but I usually put a fabric that is more like neutral one, for samplers and things like that, and with brown colors and beige colors. And usually when I dye this type of combination, I like to add green or blue or gray to try to break a little with the, all the neutral shades. But yeah, I really love this combination of antique kind of look in the fabric. This is another one, the purple fabric that it's always present in a hand-dyed collection. I really love these shades, the purple, pink shades. And I love to stitch mirabilia in this kind of fabric. I have, I guess, two preference when I use hand-dyed fabric. I like to make a design that it's completely contrast against the colors of the fabric, or I like to choose a design that like swim with the color of the fabric, that is not contrast at all, but look like part of the colors of the fabric. So I like to go one way, really contrast, or the other, really subtle against the fabric. So yeah, purple, it's a great option for both of those decisions. This is one green fabric. I love work with green fabrics. I don't know. I think perhaps it's a personal, decision, but I love how the designs, the stitchy designs, looks against green fabrics. It's, I don't know, perhaps personal preference, but not only like siren or mermaid style, but every design, witches or samplers, or they look so pretty on green fabrics. This is one of the crazy fabrics, this red, brownish, green combination. Not always an easy pick for a design, but I love the fabric. These jewel tones, really pretty. And yeah, and many times the design calls for the fabric, or the fabric, calls for a specific design. And I like to have these many options, because when I'm going to start a new design, or I'm going to choose materials for a new project, sometimes this fabric calls me, and picks the design. This is another of the fabrics. It's kind of a neutral fabric, but you can see it's really a little crazy with the forms and the colors, but I love it. This is the type of fabric that I usually do when I'm doing, a bunch of new fabrics, trying to be inspired by Morky, by Picture This Plus. I know it has nothing to do with it, but I always, try to achieve my murky fabric, a little dark, a little with the colors, a little crazy, and I love it. And I love how this like flower, I don't know, stranger forms are creating the fabric, and I really, really love it. This is another green fabric, green with blue, and I love it. I usually I try to avoid these little dots of colors, but at the end I like how they look in my fabric. They added this like funky style, and I really, really love it. And perhaps they are a little crazy fabrics, but once you start stitching on this kind of colorful fabrics, the stitches, they don't disappear in the fabric. Well, perhaps you can find some exceptions, but I was looking at one of Nicola Parman from Hands Across the Sea videos, and she was saying that she used these fabrics more on the neutral, side, but with different colors and mottling. And once you add the stitches, they don't look so crazy. They look just fine. So don't be afraid of use these colorful fabrics. Perhaps you can get little pieces and try small designs, but the result can be surprise for you. And I really love it to play with my fabrics. Another purple one with a more pinkish, more pink color. I love it. I love it. And these these colors are really they look so nice with mirabilias. I don't know, perhaps because I'm a mirabilias teacher, but I love to use this purplish fabric with mirabilia. They look so pretty. And you can stitch like a fairy here, an angel, but imagine a mermaid, with all those greens or oranges, and against this purple. I love it. And talking about orange, this is another fabric with these orange, yellow, pinky colors. I love it. I love it. They look so nice. Again, I love to use this against green design. Oh my God, the combination and the visual impact, it's so nice. I mean, if you like that kind of impact, but I love it. I love it. Perhaps it's for my Latin, tradition, but I really love the use of colors. And talking about the use of colors, this is a really, really crazy and wonderful fabric. I love it. I put many colors on this one, and I really love the result. It's so pretty, so crazy, and against a light design like white and ecru design, so pretty. Another green fabric, but this is more like turquoise and blue. And it was I was looking at them. My friend Maggie was talking about using this kind of combination of colors for a chatelaine, and she was saying that it's very similar to the style of the 70s, those sofas and furniture, really green and turquoise, and like it was like a clash, or like a combination of colors not really common right now. But they look so striking. So I think of that inspiration with this fabric, and yeah, it's very 70. This is again another green one, but I love the combination. These little like waves of color, blue, the greens, the little oranges, dots, really pretty. And yeah, that is my I think there are all of my fabrics. um, I really love this process of creating canvas for my pieces, and feeling inspired by all these colors and all these combinations and all these possibilities of making a specific design my own. You know, we can all stitch the same project and using the same flosses, but I always love to make these little changes, this little adaptation, and create, you know, this possibility of make my own point of view in my stitchy pieces. So yeah. And talking about stitchy pieces, this is I have just a couple of whips, you know, work in progress that I've been stitching this day. This is from All Forest, is the black vintage sampler, and of course I am stitched in not a black color but in a red one. And this is a fabric again that I dyed, and it's a count 36 by 38. It's not even, but the you know, the difference, it's really small, so it's very similar to Lugana 36 or a linen 36. And I'm using this sewing thread, and I'm using just one thread, and you can see because the stitch is so thin with one thread, the effect is really interesting, because first you don't get, you know, this dark or you know, saturated red, because part of the fabric come through the stitches, so the color is a little light of the thread. And the stitches, the eggs, because they are so thin, they look a little like lace, you know, aspect. I don't know, it's really cool and I really love it. And it's a different way to stitch. Usually you stitch the Aida 14 or fabric 28 count with 2 threads or 3 threads, and the 32 with 2 threads, and the 36 can be with 1 or with 2. And there are like little rules or on how to stitch your pieces, but at the end it's a personal decision. You can, you know, stitch perhaps Aida 14 with 1 thread, and the final result is going to be, you know, according to that use of materials. You can finish with a really light, lacy type of stitches, or you can stitch on Aida 14 with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 threads, and you can play with that combination. I love to stitch with 1 thread, and even though for example for Lugana 32 you have to stitch with 2 threads, but I love the look with 1 thread. I'm going to show you my next whip, and I'm using just 1 thread and it looks lovely. So yeah, you can play with this kind of combination. Again, with the floss, this is not cross stitch floss, this is a sewing thread, so you can play with that. And it's also a matter of cost, because this it's 500 meters, it's 547 yards, so you can stitch a lot with this. And even though you can use, you know, double your thread, and the 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 use for this is you can stitch many pieces. So yeah, again, I try to play with the combination and have fun with the results. Sometimes I start stitching with a specific combination of threads and fabric, and after a few days stitching I say, you know what, it was not the right combination. But again, these are just flosses and fabric, and we can make mistakes, or happy accidents and start over again, and we can end with something that we learn and that can help us with the next project, so it's not a lost. And finally, my last whip is Children's Garden by Butternut Road. This is a project that I start a few months, 2 months ago, and I almost done, but still a lot to stitch to do. This is the complete design. I changed the color of the letters because this DMC was really similar to my fabric, so I decided to use DMC variegated. The number is 4505, and this is a Lugana 32 that I dyed, and the border of the fabric is it's darker, but it's a really nice color, and I think it looks nice with this design. I stitch on hand. I don't use, Q-snap. I just place it here to show you the progress. But yeah, I have a few Q-snap and hoops, and even my husband, build me frames and stands. But no, I really enjoy stitching on hand much more. So yeah, I decided to this part, it's like a flower arch, and I decided to, instead of stitching the flowers, I decided to use beads. So I'm going to be adding these beads, not exactly the same colors as the design, but similar ones. And I really like the result so far. I still need to finish this greenery, these green parts in the arch, and once I finish all these green leaves, I will add just the beads. But I decided to start here to show how it will look, or to see how it will look, and I love it. I think it's going to be really pretty. So yeah, I'm going to finish all these greens around the letters and the children, and added the beads in all these spaces. So I don't know if for the next week I will finish, but I really hope so. And working in another project, I don't really have a next project to stitch, but I guess I will think in some other project that inspires me and that I wanted to stitch and to finish, or to enjoy being stitching on. So yeah, this is my report for these days. I hope that you have a great week. Thank you again for all the love, for all your comments and support. I'm so thankful for being part of this community, of this cross stitch world. And yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and I will see you on my next video. Bye bye.